Welcome to ChristiTutionalist Politics Podcast, aka CTP. I am your host, Joseph M. Leonard, and that's Lenard. CTP is your no muss, no fuss, just me, you, and occasional guest type podcast. Really appreciate you tuning in. As Graham Norton would say, let's get on with the show!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 97. I'm going to say a couple things you've heard me say before. First, this is going to be a bit of a different kind of show, right? At what point does it get to where my normal is oddball shows versus something you would consider more normal? At any rate, the other thing you've heard me say before is I expect this will probably be a short show. Well, I've said that before, and it didn't necessarily turn out so short. So we shall see. This show, for now anyway, as I'm recording it, it's entitled Memes. Yep, that's it. Memes. Some other longer title might come out at some point. I've got two memes here that I saved from a while ago. For you on behind the scenes video, you see me holding them up. So let me mention the two, and then we'll pick one or the other to go with. One of them, just randomly holding up this one first, that was shared by Adirah's Eyes, ADIRAHSEYES on Truth Social. And I told her weeks ago, heck, it might have been a month ago by now, that, hey, I like that meme. I'm going to share that on my show. You could see the happy-go-lucky woman, great smile expression on her face for the benefit of the transcript and those listening on audio, just describing the picture, seemingly dancing and kind of frolicking in the rain. And it says underneath, joy does not simply happen to us. We have I can't talk. We have to choose joy and keep choosing it every day. And apparently that's a quote from Henry. Even with my glasses, I'm having a hard time reading this. Nookswin or something like that. See, at the bottom of the meme, it's probably not coming clear enough for you to read it. But the other meme, briefly, also from Truth Social, shared by U.S. Marine 1775. I don't remember. I think I told him, hey, I'm going to use that meme too, as part of the show. You see a bunch of people, the description, for those on audio, a bunch of people standing around taking selfies of themselves. And at the top, also, this meme was created by Truth Theory. They create a bunch of memes shared by U.S. Marine 1775 on Truth. But the caption at the top says, never has a generation so diligently recorded itself accomplishing so little. Quote, unknown. But boy, ain't that the truth. But let's go to the joy is a choice one first. In retruthing that meme from Adirah's Eyes, or my apologies if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, I included the video link to King's X Black Flag official video. and under which I have said, I am heading into week 3 of music weeks on CTP. If I was doing a whole month, music weeks was the first 3 weeks of March. So this goes back to March. If I was doing a whole month, I would have done a whole show on today's Christian music, not what it used to be, and the messages like in this tune as an episode. The Black Flag song, King's X, and of course I linked to my show. So why do I want to touch on this now? Why did that meme touch me? And indeed remind me of the King's X Black Flag song. Well, please feel free to look up Black Flag, King's X. You can find it on YouTube. Great song. They're kind of a heavy rock Christian group. And the song is, I had a black flag on my morning. I had a black flag on my day. And rightly as you go through the song, it makes the point of the meme. Joy does not simply happen to us. We have to choose joy and keep choosing it every day. In the song, it goes on, he sings, it was up to me how I wanted it to be. Are you allowing others to put that black flag on your morning, on your day, and indeed drag your mood down that entire day, week, month, year, decade? Again, from the song, it was up to me how I wanted it to be. We can't control what others may say and do, but we can control how we react to those people and to the things going on around us. Now, Christian show, right? Human, frail, flawed, imperfect. We all are bound to have off days, bad days. Oh, that makes me think of another song. Who was it? Who was it that did the song Had a Bad Day Again? Oh, I love that group too. Wasn't the Fix, right? Oh, I'm going to have to look it up after this. But anyway, yeah, Bad Day, whoever did that, shout out to you too. Kind of the same thing, right? How are you choosing to react to the world? And we're all bound to have a bad day, an off day where we might not be ourselves, and we might not remember that we choose how to react. If we allow someone to piss us off, that's on us, that we've allowed them to piss us off, if, pardon, a little crude for the show, but, right, language is still clean, but for the benefit of the transcript, I'm laughing here at myself. But indeed, do you see where I'm going with this? Right? And if someone gets my goat and I get upset, I allowed them to manipulate me into responding a way that if I were more properly thinking, more in control of myself and my emotion at that time, I may not have reacted the way I did. And therefore, the next day, I'm upset at myself for allowing them to get that reaction out of me. So, I'm going to wrap this up again. Regarding this meme to this point. I think I've rambled enough on this, right? That's why I said this will probably be a short show. I don't think much needs to be said on it. Indeed, it is up to us how we react to things. What we say, what we do, we can't control others, but we better become better at controlling ourselves. And again, human, frail, flawed. I may react negatively. I may react badly at times, and I feel bad about it later, right? During music weeks and on Heart Songs, the podcast, I talk about Rick Springfield's prayer song. I send a prayer to heaven for the chance to be a better man than the man I see. His kind of version of Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror, right? I'm looking at the man in the mirror and I'm asking him to change his ways, right? Looking at ourselves, controlling ourselves, being a better and best us that we can. So I'm going to read it just one last time and move on. From the meme that I'm holding up again, joy does not simply happen to us. We have to choose joy and keep choosing it every day, period. Thank you, Henry, and thank you, U.S. Marine 1775 for, no, that was Adara Eyes. Thank you for sharing that meme. And indeed, that's not, though, being joyful to the point of delusion where you shut out everything around you. Ignorance is bliss. No, I don't want you delusional. Please don't misunderstand, right? We have to deal in realities, and reality, the good, the bad, the ugly, sometimes it's indeed bad and ugly, and we got to deal with it. But as a whole, as a philosophy in life, as who we are as people, do you choose joy or do you continually allow others to perpetually keep you in a bad mood? Okay, moving on. The other meme. Never has a generation so diligently recorded itself accomplishing so little. Oh, boy, ain't that the truth. Oh, no, that wasn't. Yeah, that's from Truth Theory on Truth Social. But I moved that over to Gab Social. I'm on 15 plus social media platforms, right? At JLenardDetroit. No O in Leonard. It looks French. It's not Leonard. I'm actually Polish, German, Italian descendancy, majority of my heritage. So it looks French. It's not Leonard. It's Leonard without an O. So the letter J, Leonard without an O, Detroit, at JLenardDetroit on 15 plus social media platforms and 5 video platforms. At any rate, I moved it over to Gab on that, which I said, tongue in cheek, part fact, part fiction, right? Because again, we can't paint everyone with the same broad brush. We are all, as I preach on the show, Martin Luther King Jr., content of character, individuals, not part of whatever group someone wants to label you into. But jokingly, tongue-in-cheek, with an important point, I say, I call them the Y generation, as in the letter Y. If you can see that on the video, as in, why the hell are you here? You're bleeping worthless. Not all of them, of course, but sadly most. Continuing, reality that it is not all the kids' fault. Parents have failed them also, right? Parents are failing these kids with this, the opposite of helicopter parenting, to like complete hands-off parenting and just handing them off to the schools and letting the woke indoctrination seep in and the lack of any real education, the returning to, and I'll read on here in a minute, returning to the hippie 60s, if it feels good, do it. Consequences be damned. Who cares about tomorrow? Just worry about today and let's have some fun, right? And they're on their phone all the time. They're engaged in social media all the time. They lack social skills, and we've allowed that. But further, I put in here, but remember, the Jesus Revolution came out of the hippies eventually. Finally, fully growing up and learning / understanding more than just them matters or mattered. There is still time and hope as long as we all are willing, no matter how many times rebuked, keep reaching out our hands of guidance that one day they awaken, grow, learn, want for more / better, and recognize time to grasp our outreached arms, are in love and desire to assist them to become more. Right? It's not entirely their fault. We have to do better. And also, further, I put a picture of one of my thelibertybeacon.com pieces. Let left keep pushing, generational shift occurring, causing many of our youth moving to the right politically, which was like part 3 in a series I did. And that's exactly the case here. When I joke they're the why, as in why are you here generation, you're completely worthless. When hasn't the older generations often thought of the younger generation as worthless? It's like, oh my God, that music you listen to, it's nothing but noise, right? I'm turning 63 this year, and indeed, now that I got a nice lawn, turning into one of those, get off my lawn! Hi, guys. Right? There will always be generational issues and older people failing to grasp we were young and dumb also when we were younger and dumber. That wisdom that comes with age indeed has to come with the age over time as they grow and have to go out into the real world beyond the indoctrination factory, especially the university idiocy notions of that you can just coast through life and actually have to earn a living, work. You have to pay bills to keep that roof over your head, pay for that cable subscription so you can pay for that Wi-Fi, pay for that phone because your parents no longer giving you one, pay for your own Wi-Fi to be on your social media all day long. The real world sucks, and eventually it bites most younger people, right? And they're forced to grow up. The same will be true here. The younger people look at the older people as just a bunch of grumps, or oh, you think you know everything, when of course the school is teaching esteem, self-esteem over substance. Oh, your parents don't know anything, right? You listen to us, your indoctrinators. They don't, right? So they don't think you know anything. And we older folks know, oh boy, do you have a whole lot to learn when reality eventually bites you. Right? So, at any rate, I thought that meme was funny and important, poignant at the same time, while at the same time, awfully broad brush. Not all of them, and indeed, remember, they're young. They will have to have time to grow and gain wisdom to come out of what we see as idiocy. And the other part is nature versus nurture. What are we allowing in them or from them or being done to them? And they grown up. They never knew life before an internet like us older folks. Right? I'm a former IT guy. I was writing online, I like to say, before there was such a thing as the invented internet. I go back before the personal computer. I go back before the microwave. I go back, right? Growing up, the black and white television till we got a color television. And now the HD TVs are so inexpensive. Who doesn't have a big screen TV nowadays, practically? We are spoiling them because we are indeed so spoiled and have access to so much in this wealthiest nation on the planet. So we have to be careful and teach them, you know what? I don't wish this upon any of you in a negative sense, but you know what? It might be really good for you, and especially those kids, for your power to go out in your city for a day and a half. Let them have a understanding, right? How about maybe you take the kids camping and no electronics get to go to understand life without that stuff. And while it's here, if you know what really hits the fan, it may not always be here. Okay? I apologize. I know I've rambled in this show. Again, like I said, this is an oddball show. It's like I pulled 2 memes off the internet. But to me, those memes, of course, a picture worth 1,000 words. Yes, the memes mean we must think beyond what just the meme says. And I felt it important to discuss these 2 memes, as we must be thinking, rational, logical, reasoned, common sense people, not emotionally hysterical snowflakes all the time. Think beyond the issue relates to any and every other issue. So many things intermingle and interrelate today that, what happens with that affects what happens with that other thing too. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope this spaghetti episode, in some sense, makes sense. And you know what? You might have to listen back 2-3 times to go through all I've rambled and blurted out rather quickly to give you that bigger picture of really what I'm trying to bring us to focus upon. Thank you. I'm sure there's something I forgot I was going to plan on saying, but for now, thank you all for tuning in. Signing off, Joseph M. Leonard for ChristiTutionalist Politics Podcast, aka Jokester Joe, aka Raging Joe, over on Savaged Unfiltered too, where this is a G and PG show. That's an R show, sometimes an NC-17 and X show even. I let loose over there. Different show, but at any rate, okay. Thank you all. Remember, we are complex beings. We have multiple personalities, and I'm not talking about schizophrenia. I can be the me that I am here, as well as the me that I am on Savaged Unfiltered. Both of those are still me. You just don't see them blurting out all the time at the same time. Thank you all. Take care. God bless.
Thank you for having tuned in for ChristiTutionalist Politics Show. If you haven't already, please check out my primary internationally available book, Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you. Available anywhere books are sold, If you have locally run bookstores still near you, they can order it for you. And let me remind, over time, the fancy high production items will come. But for now, for starters, it's just you as a very appreciated listener by me. All substance, no fluff, just straight to key discussion points. A show that looks at a variety of topics, mostly politics, through a Christian U.S. constitutionalist lens. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Take care. God bless. Like and subscribe to ChristiTutionalist Politics Podcast and share episodes. We need your help.